Hello everyone, my name is Alexis Larson, and in this vlog I'll be exploring the issue of gun violence and how ethics plays a role in the argument for and against gun control. After doing some research, I found a couple organizations in Kansas City that are working hard to pass gun control, or what they call gun sense laws, in the United States. So throughout this vlog, you'll hear from Amanda Winch, Caroline Bennett, and my friend Amanda Malone on their opinions of gun violence and how they can combat this issue and pass gun sense laws. To begin, let's look at some history behind this issue. Let's go back to the Constitution. The Second Amendment reads, "A well-regulated militia, being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed." Somewhere you can find the Second Amendment proudly posted is on the National Rifle Association website. They're the leading advocate on the right to bear arms in the United States. Here you can hear Caroline talk a little bit about the NRA's influence on guns.
NRA, which is the National Rifle Association, and they, for a lot of years, have had a lot of influence over politicians and how we're able to make these laws, and a lot of their backing and how they have their ideas is based in the Second Amendment. And so a lot of people who are gun supporters think that people who are fighting for gun sense legislation are against the Second Amendment, which isn't true at all.
Up until the 1960s, gun control wasn't even an issue in America, and guns were seen as an everyday part of life and even a symbol for patriotism. Fast forward to 2012, the mass shooting at Sandy Hook Elementary School, where 26 people, and 20 of those being children, were killed, and this began a national dialogue about firearm policy. Since Sandy Hook, thousands of lives have been lost due to gun violence. 38,000 plus people died due to gun violence in 2016 alone. And now in 2019, we see commercials, haunting commercials, about students at school facing gun violence.
These scissors really come in handy in our class. These colored pencils too. These new socks, they can be a real lifesaver.
I asked my friend Amanda about how gun violence has impacted her, and here's what she had to say.
The shooting at the Crossroads on August 2nd, where unfortunately a young woman lost her life. I actually was on my way down there, but I remember feeling as if the fear of the world, the unknown, it had become immediately intrusive in that moment, because it no longer meant that even if I'm doing the right thing around the right people, innocently having fun at an event, it means that I could still lose my life, and that if the laws failed to protect the young woman, they could fail to protect me, and so I didn't feel safe anymore at all.
What I heard from Amanda is a common observation of fear to go out in public places, go to school, things like that. So I talked to Amanda Winch and Caroline Bennett to hear what their organizations are doing to combat this fear. Role is in Moms Demand Action and what that organization does.
Okay, so my name is Amanda Winch. I am the Kansas chapter leader of Moms Demand Action for Gun Sense in America. Moms Demand Action is a grassroots, nonpartisan organization of volunteers. We do a couple of things. We advocate for laws, and we spread public awareness about the issue of gun violence and gun violence prevention and being safe with guns.
Moms Demand Action was like, hey, let's make a Students Demand Action. So now we have Students Demand Action, and the focus of the organization is to pass gun sense legislation so we can have gun sense laws enacted to make the world a safer place without as much gun violence.
Alright, so as complicated as the gun debate is, when you get ethics involved, it gets more complicated. So let's look at utilitarianism. This theory is designed to achieve the betterment of this society by maximizing happiness and calculating the costs and benefits in terms of the benefit provided to society. So in terms of gun sense laws, the most common argument is that it's going to be better for the whole society. But first of all, we need to understand how guns are getting in the hands of the citizens. So besides a manufacturer making and giving the guns to a licensed distributor and selling those guns, there is a loophole. So Amanda talks about this a little bit.
Over time, in recent years, there's been kind of a loosening of gun laws. You can look at Kansas, for example. And in Kansas, in 2015, we went to permitless carry. We now allow where guns are forced onto our college campuses, municipal buildings. You look at our neighboring state of Missouri, they recently repealed their background checks law. And so you kind of have this increased easy access to firearms. We also have the emergence of the internet in the last 25 years or so, and that has really increased access, and especially access to people who have prohibited backgrounds and shouldn't be able to easily buy firearms. So you kind of have this, perfect storm of just ease of access. And then there's a lot of other systemic problems, I think, that contribute to the prevalence of gun violence, and we do need to address all of those.
As Amanda mentioned, criminals have easy access to guns, but gun violence is also caused by law-abiding citizens. When either guns are stolen from them, they negligently use guns, or there's easy access for depressed individuals to commit suicide. Understanding how citizens get guns helps me see how really ethically we need to go about passing gun sense laws, and that the statistics don't lie, and human life matters more than protecting guns. Utilitarianism is often used to justify both sides of the argument. Those who refer gun sense laws argue that less access to guns leads to less lives being lost, which creates greatest good for the society. On the other hand, those who support guns believe that with more access to guns, guns can be used to hurt the bad guys and save more lives, creating greater good for the society. Generally speaking, both may sound good, but after research, I found that gun owners are most likely to have their guns used against them. Your opinion on how gun sense is just ethical?
I mean, I think that we need to pass these laws because it's the right thing to do. And when you look at states, that have stronger laws, that have background checks on all gun sales, that's correlated to a lower overall homicide rate. That's correlated to a lower overall suicide rate. So those states, if you look at those statistics, have lower overall homicide and suicide rates, and it's it's the moral thing to do. I think we all want to keep our families safe. Nobody wants somebody who shouldn't have a gun getting a gun and being able to harm a family member. Nobody wants one of their family members to be able, that may be having suicidal thoughts, to have easy access to a gun. I think everybody's kind of on the same page with that. Everybody wants to keep families safe.
To recap what Amanda is saying, the most forceful arguments made by gun sense advocates are utilitarian, meaning the benefits of gun sense laws far outweigh the benefits of gun ownership. In the case of Moms Demand Action, they are acting ethically because they respect the Second Amendment. Their goal is not to strip away all guns. Their goal is to pass gun sense laws to protect a greater amount of people.
90% of Americans support background checks.
Right.
Because that makes sense. And most people think background checks are already passed.
After researching and talking with these activists, one statistic that has stuck with me is that 58% of American adults or someone they care for has been impacted by gun violence. And I want to hear from them about what's being done now to pass gun sense laws and what's in the works to solve this issue.
Okay, so H.R. 8 is the bipartisan check that the Senate is going to vote on. It's sitting on Mitch McConnell's desk right now, and that one is about expanding background checks, specifically targeting things like the loopholes, such as the boyfriend loophole, or if you're a person who owns guns but doesn't want them anymore, you can just sell them to whoever. And that person probably didn't pass a background check because you didn't background check them. Right. So HRA encompasses that. And then red flag laws are basically putting a temporary ban on that person from using a gun.
I think that passing these laws, the statistics have shown that that's something that we can do to keep our families and children, safer.
In conclusion, no philosophical theory can just solve the issue of gun violence, but I think a better understanding of these theories can help create a better quality of the laws, like gun sense laws. And I think the combination of utilitarianism, statistics research, and organizations like Moms Demand Action will really help make a difference to reduce gun violence in the United States. I really hope you enjoy learning, as I did, from these activists and hearing what they have to say about gun sense laws in the United States. Thanks for watching.